Hello, I'm Tom Payne with Instazorb International. Over the next few minutes, you'll witness some demonstrations using Instazorb, the next generation product for picking up fluids. Instazorb will absorb any liquid or semi-liquid and is much more absorbent than any current products on the market. Instazorb absorbs lighter viscosity fluids on contact. In this case, we're dropping Instazorb into a puddle of diesel fuel. Watch in slow motion and see the Instazorb changing color immediately as the fluid is actually streaming into the product. It is extremely easy to use Instazorb. Here, Sergeant Garcia has witnessed me use the product one time.
I simply just work the broom back and forth to pick up any residue that may be left on the floor. And as you can see, the floor is completely dry from the product.
Instazorb has part numbers with such industry leaders as John Deere, Caterpillar, Delphi, Briggs & Stratton, and Honda. Paint spills can be a time-consuming headache. With Instazorb, you can pick up any type of extremely thick or sticky fluids such as grease, glue, synthetic lubes, UVs, inks, and others. Simply cover the spill with a thick layer of Instazorb. Scrape into the fluid until you've reduced the fluid to a film. You may want to use paint thinner to loosen the film before the final sweep. Sprinkle a fresh layer of Instazorb and use a stiff broom to sweep the area dry. Instazorb is the most cost-effective solution to dispose of under ISO 14001 regulations. Here, we see a machining area where the use of clay has resulted in a potentially hazardous mess. This is typical of maintenance in machining centers that use clay as their preferred method of picking up spills. For this condition, you just covered the soil area with Instazorb. Scrape using pressure and peel up the liquid and clay residue. Once the area is reduced to a film, add Instazorb and use an extremely stiff broom to peel up the remaining film and residue. Few people have actually seen an absorbent capable of picking up fluids off metal. In fact, most people believe this is impossible. When this diamond plate becomes oily, it becomes a major slip and fall problem. On metal surfaces, simply cover the spill with Instazorb and sweep briskly. This will immediately leave a clean, slip-free surface. Absorbing fluids on painted floors is extremely easy with Instazorb. Simply cover the spill and sweep dry. It's as simple as it looks. Let's look at two examples comparing Instazorb to clay. In this first example, we are starting with a circle of Instazorb and clay. Let's see how each holds up when you pour a gallon of antifreeze into the center of each product. Watch as the antifreeze literally streams out from under the clay. It is obvious that the clay is completely ineffective. Notice how absorbent Instazorb really is when we collapse the circle and pick up the gallon of antifreeze, as well as some of the antifreeze that has seeped out from under the clay. As the clay circle is collapsed, it becomes apparent that hardly any of the fluid has been absorbed. As a matter of fact, you can see antifreeze leaching back out of the clay. A 12-pound bag of Instazorb absorbs approximately the equivalent of 240 pounds of clay. Here we simulate the products being used as an outdoor barrier. Two dams, one Instazorb and one clay are in place. We are pouring diesel fuel down the hill to see how effective these products are at stopping the spill. As you can see, we are pouring many times the amount of fluid into the Instazorb dam than we are the clay dam. Watch as the fluid level rises when dammed with Instazorb, yet at the same time runs right under the clay. Here, we are pouring oil into the absorbent matting. As you can see, the oil goes straight through the padding. I call this the coffee filter effect. This matting simply doesn't work. The absorbent market is flooded with bad products that don't work. Instazorb is a product that definitely works. Don't cover up, clean up with Instazorb.